remember that long ago. He said the Capitol was very different from what he was used to. I believe it was a gross understatement. But this is not the reason I'm addressing you tonight. The rebels have instructed me to conduct an interview. An interview I imagine many of you will be anxious to hear. So without further delay, let us begin. Katniss Everdeen, will you join me? Thank you, Katniss, and hello.
Hello, Caesar.
It's been a long time, hasn't it?
It does seem that way. So much has happened. But when I stop and count the months, I don't get very far.
Yes, I suppose you're right. So, Katniss, I believe the people of Panem would like to know what you've been doing with the time. Wedding plans must be difficult under the circumstances.
It is difficult to plan a wedding without the person you love. Have you ever tried?
Me? No, but Katniss, I'm surprised. Are you trying to be funny?
Peeta was always so much better at this than me. I guess it's just that I spend a lot of time thinking about him. I'm worried and scared for him, and I wish I could have him back.
Yes, well, I'm sure the people of Panem would also like to see the two of you together. But I hear the rebels have rescued him. Isn't he safe now?
Yes. A few elite members of rebel soldiers were able to rescue him and several others from the Capitol. He was tortured, though, severely. He doesn't recognize me, at least not in the way that he used to. The Capitol brainwashed him. Everyone is doing all they can to help, but I don't know if it will be enough. Can I tell you a secret, Caesar?
Of course, but you know you'll be announcing it to all of Panem.
That's okay. You know when I fell in love with Peeta?
No, Katniss, but that sounds like a wonderful story. I would love to hear it.
The night before we went into the first Hunger Games, neither of us could sleep. I walked up to the roof of our building and Peeta was sitting there looking out at the Capitol and listening to the people shouting. He said something to me then.
Well, don't keep us in suspense. What did he say?
He said he wished he could think of a way to show them, you know, all of the people responsible for the games, that they didn't own him, that they couldn't change him. He said he wanted to die still being him.
Wow, that is powerful, and it sounds just like Peeta.
Yeah. I thought about that night and what he said every time someone died. I thought about him when Rue was killed. It's what inspired me to cover her in flowers. Peeta was with me, even when he wasn't. It's the same way now. Ever since the first games, I've had a hard time sleeping. I know victors are supposed to appear strong and proud, but it's hard to feel that way when you've killed people who were just acting out the Capitol's plan. They didn't have a choice. They were innocent, and they died. For what? I've been struggling to survive my whole life, but after the games, survival means something entirely different. Peeta used to stay with me when I couldn't sleep. It's the only way I felt safe.
Are you sleeping much these days, Katniss? Surely you must feel safer with the rebels than you did in the games.
It's not that I don't feel safe with the rebels. It's just that we still have so much work to do before everyone and every district is safe. I feel responsible for that. And Peeta, he's not safe. When I think of how he was tortured...
Yes, you said the Capitol brainwashed him. That is terrible news, though, if I'm being honest, I was aware something was happening to him. The last few interviews I did with Peeta, well, let's just say he wasn't himself. Do you think the Capitol was finally able to own him? Change him, if you will? You said that was the remark that made you fall in love with him. Do you still love him? Katniss, do you think Peeta is still the young man you fell in love with?
I want to believe he's still in there.
But you're not sure?
I'm not allowed to be near him right now. It sets his recovery back. So I guess I'm not the best person to answer that question.
Do you still love him?
Always.
Well, citizens of Panem, I think we've got to hear the rare and candid interview with Miss Everdeen tonight. I hope your curiosities have been quenched and your hearts have been struck. Until next time, my friends, and if I may take a liberty with a phrase here, may the future be
ever in your